Tawao, Tansei, Manando. It's Mayor Dale Bumstead at City Council Chambers, and it's my pleasure today to be able to read the proclamation for National Indigenous Peoples Day in Dawson Creek. Where, obviously as a proud Indigenous person, a proud member of the Métis Nation of British Columbia, obviously this carries special meaning for me to be able to recognize the history and culture of my family going back generations in Canada. Whereas the Constitution of Canada recognizes the existing rights of the Aboriginal people of Canada, and whereas in the Constitution of Canada, Aboriginal peoples of Canada include Inuit and the Métis people of Canada. And whereas the Aboriginal people of Canada have made and continue to make valuable contributions to Canadian society, and it is considered appropriate that there be in each year a day to mark and celebrate these contributions and to recognize the different cultures of the Aboriginal peoples of Canada. And whereas many Aboriginal people celebrate the summer solstice, which has an important symbolism within their cultures. And whereas the Governor General of Canada has proclaimed June 21st of each year as National Indigenous Peoples Day, now therefore I do hereby proclaim June 21st Indigenous Peoples Day in Dawson Creek. Thank you, everyone. Kinaskumtan. We're proud to have June 21st as a proclamation for the City of Dawson Creek as National Indigenous Peoples Day. Thank you. Kinaskumtan.
Hi there. My name is David Christie. I am the Director of Indigenous Education at Northern Lights College, and I've been asked to just give a brief welcome to the event this afternoon. I just want to say, second year that we're doing this virtually, but knock on wood, everyone, it looks like we are coming to the end of this pandemic, and I can't wait to see everyone's smiling faces again next year on June the 21st, 2022. We've been very lucky this year that we have this technology that we can actually present this such an important day virtually, and I want to thank KPAC for inviting Northern Lights College to be a sponsor of this event as well. It's so important that we're able to share our culture, share our traditions, and just generally, after 14 months of a pandemic, have a day of celebration. The first day of summer is always such a beautiful day, and I'm blessed again that we're able to do this. And so I just like to say welcome to everyone who's here. Welcome from Northern Lights College. We're located on Treaty 8 territory, and again, we're very blessed that Treaty 8 has always been so very welcoming to us. Thank you.
Welcome to our National Indigenous Peoples celebration, virtual celebration that is being hosted by KPAC. We would like to thank our sponsors, Northern Lights College and Heritage Canada. And now I'm going to sing you a welcome song. And I would also like to welcome you to the Treaty 8 territory. And here's your song. song sent to all of you to honor all of you, and we sing this 4 times on our drum song because that way we send honor to all the 4 different races. Ikse nichiwaganak. Tansin Ichiwaganak, this is Theresa Buffalo Gal Gladue, and today I am going to share with you of some of the contributions the Indigenous people made to Canada. Alrighty, the first contributions are the canoes. The canoes are made out of birch and pitch, and they vary in size depending on what they're needed for. Today it's recreational and is fashioned after this Indigenous invention. And along with the kayak, it is unsurpassed throughout the world for traveling over shallow or difficult waters. Way to go, Indigenous people. And for you people that have upset stomachs, the Indigenous people thought of you as well. They made a tea with the entire blackberry plant, and it was also used for several sicknesses, including dexterity, chlorea, and upset stomachs. Eating the actual berry or drinking its juice has an effective way to control diarrhea. So remember, the next time you have diarrhea, have some blue blackberries. Alrighty, let's go on to the next one. The next one is corn. Oh yes, the corn. Corn is a staple food that was cultivated by the Indigenous people for thousands of years. Today, corn is vital, hardy, and it's a high yielding plant that can grow practically everywhere in the world. So yes, corn is very good. And the next invention was lawn darts. Some of you might have played lawn darts. So some Indigenous people created the game of lawn darts using shucked new green corn with kernels removed. Remember, we just talked about corn. And then feathers were attached to the darts, which were tossed at targets on the ground. How cool is that? So remember that the next time you are playing lawn darts. Okay, our next invention is petroleum jelly, Vaseline. Indigenous people discovered petroleum jelly and used it to moisten and protect animal and human skin. It was also used to stimulate healing. This skin ointment is one of the most popular in the world today. That is for sure. All right, let's go to the next one, which is lacrosse. The Indigenous people played hundreds of outdoor team sports, and lacrosse is a team sport invented by the Indigenous people, which many believe is a forerunner to hockey. So then, let's move on to snowshoes. Yes, I used these when I was a little girl. I wore these all the time. Indigenous people developed technology for travel over snow. Many kinds of snowshoes were developed by Indigenous people. A common style was made from spruce and rawhide thongs, and those were the ones that I wear. Yes, people, I'm that old. Okie dokie, let's get back to some food. Wild rice. Wild rice is a delicious and prized cereal grain. It was misnamed by European newcomers because of its rice-like appearance. Some Indigenous people presented wild rice as treasured gifts to fur traders and as a symbol of friendship. And then we have cough syrup. So if next time you are coughing and you need a remedy, thank the Indigenous people. Many Indigenous people throughout Canada developed unique combinations of wild plants to relieve coughs due to colds. The same ingredients are found in many cough medicines sold today. The balm of previous pine trees, maple syrup, or honey are mixed with teas made from the healing plants to produce very effective cough medicine. Oh, I need some cough syrup. Ha ha ha. Alrighty, what should we look at next? Oh, I know. The snow goggles. The northern indigenous people developed bone, antler, and ivory goggles to prevent blinding snow glare while they hunted. And today, the snow goggles are very popular. So, there you have a very, very good item. Okay, now let's look at the cure for scurvy. The indigenous people shared their cure for scurvy with European newcomers. The bark and needles of an evergreen tree such as hemlock or pine were boiled to make a sea-rich tonic, which scurvy sufferers drank and got better. Oh yes, we also invented the chewing gum. Indigenous people discovered the first chewing gum, which was collected from spruce trees. In the 1800s, sugar was added, and chewing gum has since become popular throughout the world. I remember when my grandpa and I used to go hunting and trapping, and he would just pick off a little of the spruce gum, and he'd say, "Here," and I would chew it. That was pretty cool. Okay, now let's look at pain relief. The active ingredient in today's most pain reliever was known to indigenous people in North America for centuries. Pain relievers such as aspirin use an acid which is found in 15 to 20 different species of the willow tree, including the pussy willow. Isn't that great information? Right, so the next time you take something for your pain, remember the indigenous people had a great big part in that. Okay, let's go to the toboggan. The Mi'kmaq people of eastern Canada invented the toboggan, or toboggan, to use the Mi'kmaq word. Toboggans were first made out of bark and animal skins. By the year 1600, Mi'kmaq toboggans were made of thin boards curved at the front. They were ideal for hauling game out of the woods, moving camp, or for travel. Many winter sports have grown out of this original invention, including luge and bobsledding. Tapui nichiwaganak, tapui. So now let's go back to the water. Let's talk about the kayak. Kayaking started thousands of years ago in the Arctic region of what we now call Greenland, Siberia, and North America. Inuit, the original people of the Canadian far north, used the kayak to travel, to fish, to hunt large sea mammals, seals, and even caribou. Today, the sport of kayaking is loved worldwide. Yes, it is. And, wow, sunflowers. Sunflowers are native to North America and were imported. Sunflowers are native to North America and were important sources of nutrition to the original inhabitants. Today, growers harvest sunflowers for their seeds in Canada, the United States, Europe, and parts of Asia and South America. Sunflower seeds are popular snacks today because they are tasty, healthy, and nutritious. Good information. Okay, let's see. War. Yes. Indigenous people also contributed to the war effort on the home front. They donated large amounts of money, clothing, and food to worthy causes and granted the use of portions of their reserve lands to allow for the construction of new airports, rifle ranges, and defense installations. If you need more information on this or just want to learn more information, just go to www.veterans.ca canada.gc.ca and go to Indigenous People. Thank you for helping me celebrate all the contributions that the Indigenous people have made. I think they are very valuable, and it was my pleasure to share this information with you. Ikse.